In the modest town of Elmridge, Dr. Lena Hadley, a brilliant but understated quantum physicist, had pioneered a discovery that tinkered on the edge of reality. Dr. Hadley, joined by her enthusiastic lab assistant Tom, had developed what they referred to as the chronomirror, a device they believed could project visual echoes from the future. Initially categorized under theoretical insanity by most of her peers, Dr. Hwall, Hadley's experiments gradually began to outline the possibility of peering into forthcoming events through microscopic quantum disruptions. However, the scientific community remained skeptical, and funding was scarce. It was on a chilly September evening that Lena and Tom prepared for a demonstration that would either validate their years of obscurity or end their careers in quiet disillusionment. As they initiated the chronomirror in the secured confines of their lab, located at the dim basement of Elmridge University's physics building, the air filled with the soft hum of energy. The device, resembling an oversized metallic telescope directed towards a blank canvas screen, flickered to life. "Moment of truth," whispered Tom, his breath visibly forming in the cold air of the underheated room. The screen remained dark for several minutes, and just as disappointment began to creep into Lena's heart, there was a flicker. What appeared was not what they expected, a seemingly mundane scene of Elmridge's main street, but bathed in the eerie light of what seemed like dawn. The imagery was slightly blurred, disjointed even, with ghost-like figures moving about. As they recorded the data and observed, both Lena and Tom noted something peculiar. The future Elmridge was quieter, with far fewer people and abandoned vehicles littered across what used to be bustling streets. In the corner of the screen, a digital billboard flickered with a date: September 12, 2028, 5 years from their present. The next few weeks involved Lena and Tom presenting their findings. Much to their surprise, the ridicule they feared was overshadowed by intrigue from a handful of significant entities, including government departments. Yet it wasn't the validation from the scientific community they craved. It was understanding what the future held: an apparently desolate world, a shadow of once a throbbing community. Driven by both a sense of duty and curiosity, Lena and Tom decided to modify the chronomirror to pinpoint different future dates and locations. Days blended into nights as they cataloged different futures, a pattern emerging among the imagery: a gradual decline in urban populations, an increase in natural wildlife, and an overpowering calm. Stepping away from the viewfinder one evening, Lena's hands trembled not with fear, but with an overwhelming responsibility. "What if we're not just observers?" she posited, the weight of her words hanging heavily between them. "What if we're meant to find out why?" Months turned into a year of exhaustive research, networking with climatologists, urban developers, and biologists, trying to piece together the events leading up to the scenes depicted in their future echoes. It was through collaborative research they began to understand a likely narrative involving climate change, migration crises, and perhaps a conscious decision by future societies to rewild urban areas as a counteraction to decades of environmental neglect. On September 12, 2023, exactly 5 years before the date they first glimpsed into, Elmridge held its inaugural Green Tomorrow Festival, inspired by the chronomirror projections, a project that saw the town embracing sustainable practices more aggressively, pushing for local rewilding initiatives and reducing urban sprawl. As Lena stood addressing the gathering during the festival, she realized the true power of their invention. It wasn't about predicting the future, but inspiring action towards a better one. Tom, video camera in hand, captured not just the moment, but the hopeful glint in Lena's eyes as the town of Elmridge, once a dot on the scientific map, became a testament to a future rewritten. In the years that followed, the chronomirror's projections gradually shifted, the ghost-like images becoming more vibrant, the streets less abandoned. Elmridge was not only watching the future, it was shaping it. Dr. Hadley never fully accepted the accolades that eventually came her way, insisting that the real heroes were the people of Elmridge. For her, the chronomirror wasn't about observing time, but learning from it, a tool that echoed not just tomorrow's possibilities, but today's potential for change.